I hope that the things we do matter at the end of it all. I want it to matter. Hmm. I look back on my life. I don't even know where I am, how I got here. Every day I forget. And I see pieces, I see images of me there, just like I'm here, doing the same thing I'm doing now. Of course, it's different in some ways, maybe in a different physical place, but it's like I'm still, and I always will be here. I'm not sure where here is, but still me. Time creates small changes, but overall, I remain the same. Everything around me is different, except me. Been thinking about days and nights, months I've spent homeless when I was sleeping in my car, sneaking into storage units at night, sneaking into parking garage, the hospital where I worked. Years prior to that, I made a project called Hotel Hospital. That became my reality. Homeless, sleeping at work, which was a hospital. And when I wasn't there, only when I got my check, I was able to go get a room for a few days, shower, lay in a bed, can sort of lay down without having to be half asleep. Funny thing is, when I got in the room, I was already so used to sleeping with one eye open and being on alert at all times. I didn't even get any sleep. I couldn't even take advantage of the fact that I had a room. I remember some nights I would get really bold, and I would sneak into the chapel at the hospital and sleep there. I would have to keep my uniform on just in case security came. They see that I work there, and I can just lie and say, "Yeah, I'm on my lunch break, just getting a few hours. Getting an hour of sleep." Luckily, I kept my badge on because that's all they needed to see, and they would leave me be. And I would sleep in the chapel some nights when I didn't want to sleep in the car, and I didn't want to sleep in the storage unit. It was cold as shit in there. So you can just imagine how cold it was outside in the parking garage of my car. I was smoking heavy at the time. Of course, I needed some sort of, release. I haven't smoked since March. It's October when I'm recording this. That's how long it's been since I stopped smoking. I developed like some heart conditions in March, so I had to stop. I didn't stop just because I'm so disciplined. I stopped because I had to. But I've been thinking about those times, those months I spent homeless, and that was actually a dream that I had when I was much younger. I wanted to experience homelessness. In my early teens, I sort of ran away from home, quote unquote, ran away. It only lasted for like 2 days or something. I wanted to be homeless. I wanted to do a documentary on homelessness, and the homelessness specifically downtown. You have all of these huge towers and massive corporations that generate millions of dollars, and right outside of the door is someone who don't have $1. It just made me really confused to see that. And I wanted to do a documentary on it. I'm exaggerating. That wasn't my teens. That's not true. I was in my early 20s. Anyway, yeah, I had that dream for a long time. I used to always love catching a bus because I would be amongst people who didn't have shit, people who struggled with so much more intense than mine. And I don't know if it was out of a sense of like guilt. Maybe it was just I wanted to be a part of people, real people. I wanted to feel real and be extremely close to reality. Because my life always felt like a dream. It always felt like a dream to me. I can imagine how it felt like to other people or friends that I've had, who've been involved in my life at one point. I don't know. But my life has always felt dreamy. It's the reason why when I look back on it, it's really difficult to feel the realness of it, except the moments when I was really, really close to it, such as homelessness, such as walking around downtown for hours, seeing so many different people, being amongst people, being in the midst of everything, or at least what it felt like, or riding a bus. Of course, I rode the bus my whole life, but it's different as an adult. You see things differently. That was always there. But those are the only moments that feel extremely real, and the painful moments as well. Just going through life, trials and tribulation, you experience pain, and I didn't forget those moments. I also didn't forget the good moments as well. Solid foundational memories that I have from my childhood. Thank God for those as well. It's hard to imagine what life is like right now. Same way it's hard to imagine what life was like then. Again, it's still me. That's hard to imagine. Again, I don't know what any of this is about, but I hope it matters somehow, some way. I hope it matters. I hope everything that I've been through, everything that I've seen, and everything I've done matters. I really hope it matters. I don't want my life to be in vain. Because you never know, man. You never know when it's your time. And none of us know what happens after that. So I hope and I pray the things that I've done while I'm here has mattered. That has made a difference for the better. That I had a purpose. And I hope the things you do, the things you say, make them matter. Make them matter. Too weak for your knight in armor. Not man enough for you to be someone. Resentment coming from both sides involved. Overprotecting, what or who are you ashamed of? So I just leave it in silence. Conflict and confusion. Self-hate in your actions. And everybody can see it but you. I don't want this to be malice, but I do want it to be true. I remind you of the past. I remind you of what you wouldn't do. Sometimes it's too much, and on them nights you escape, running into yourself with a different face and a different name, perspective. Who you talk about is yourself. Who you talking to is yourself. How you dish it out is how you feel about yourself. Eyes filled with regret, generational debt. The dark side of the world makes everything come back just the way it was left. Unclean, unkept. Can't trust myself, 'cause I learned from the best. Crazy, that's mama's baby. She brought me in this world, wide world against me. It don't affect me. it don't affect me. Wishing who gon' protect me? I seen it. Too weak for your knight in armor. Not man enough for you to tell someone. I wanted your life to be different than mine's. But without the struggle, there's nothing to free you from. So sorry about this. I'm sorry.